Hi everyone, this is Lisa with Fuchsia Dolls, and today I'm going to show you my Christmas wreath. As you can see, it's right there in display, and I'm going to lift this a little bit up so you can take a look at it in the top. And there's the top, and here's the bottom part. And what I did is I used different forms of molds and some embellishments and ribbon. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera back down. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna tell you what molds I've used. I used a candy cane mold that I offer, and that's the candy cane you see here. I used this one, this big, large mold. This one often gets overlooked, but this mold is great to create flowers. Actually, they're for leaves, sorry. And they're the ones that, this is the one that helped me make the holly leaves, especially the large ones, because the large ones look like they're in 3D. As you can see, they're nice and big. Okay, I used my heart molds. Here we go. For the hearts. And if you're wondering how I got the color on the hearts or the actual pattern, what I did was, and if you check on one of my YouTubes, how to use the heart mold, I showed you that you can actually glue fabric onto a piece of foam with just used white glue, school glue, and just glue it on there, let it dry, and then when you iron it from the bottom, and then place it over, and your heart will take shape. So I used the heart molds. And I used a cupcake. My cupcake mold, it is the 3-pack. If you look at my tutorial on how to make a cupcake, it's exactly the same way. And all I did was you cut it in half. Now you cut it in half before you start gluing down. So when you do this bottom part, sorry, just moved my camera. Here we go. When you do this bottom part, you create the hole and then you cut it in half. And when you use your circle template to create the top part, you make it whole and then you cut it in half. And that's how I created the cupcakes. It's very easy. It's not complicated at all. And I used one of my new templates here to create the little gingerbread girl. And this is a 3-circle template. And you can create her even smaller. Like this one, you see this little pen here. And if you want, you could create multiple gingerbread girls and just place it around the entire wreath, however you want. And I created a candy as well. See that little candy? That's what I'm going to demo right now, and I'm going to show you how to do that candy. And embellishments. You can go to your local craft store and just buy embellishments. There are tons out there right now. Now the focal point, it's not so much what I'm buying at a local craft store is what I'm making. This was just help me fill up the wreath more, help me speed up the wreath as well. And then I'm going to show you right now a technique that I used in case you're wondering how I gave the gingerbread that little white effect, that white look. You paint a little bit of acrylic paint on here. You put it on there, and then you just kind of dab it, and then you get that little white, powdery, sugary look onto your gingerbread. And as you can see, the top, the gingerbread house, I did that same exact effect. So it was very easy. You don't need to worry about having any type of pattern foam sheets, which are very hard to find here in the US. I used to offer them, and they're just so expensive to bring into the country. So I'm hoping that I keep looking to find someone locally. So my quest continues. And what else? Let me think. What else did I want to tell you? Okay, let's start with the demo of the candy. So I'm going to clear up my space. I'm going to bring this down. and I'll be right back. Just hang in there. Okay, so I'm back, and you're going to need the 3-inch circle, the 3-circle template. It has a 1.5 inch, 2.25 inches, and a 1 inch. You're going to need a 1-inch polystyrene foam ball because we're going to make a little candy. And you're going to end up cutting that foam ball in half. So half one whole and one half. So you're going to warm up your foam sheet, and you're going to get a nice strip, nice and long, because remember, it's going to be a candy. So the edges are going to be longer than the sides. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to warm up your iron, get your hot glue ready, and you're also going to need a couple pieces of ribbon. And here we go. My iron should be nice and hot. Remember the cotton setting. Make sure it's nice and hot. I'm going to run it through. Wait a couple seconds. Remember that your foam sheet has to curl up. So I'll just peek through. I don't feel like it's ready. Also, I don't think my iron was very hot at that point. I have an iron that does sometimes an auto shut off. So when it's still or idle, it just turns itself off. So it kind of slows me down sometimes. Okay, it's starting to curl, but I wanted to get it as hot as possible. So keep going. Keep going. All right, it's getting nice and warm. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Couple more seconds. And let's see, I think it's ready now. I'm ready to run my polystyrene foam ball. Perfect. I'm just going to run it. Let's see. That's exactly what I wanted to see. See how it looks from this end? It's a little dirty there, but that's okay. That's dirty from my piece of fabric. I gotta find a new piece of fabric for ironing. Okay, so wait a few seconds for it to cool down. It should be nice and cool now. Grab your nice pair of scissors. But before that, what I'm going to do is grab my half of my foam ball. I'm going to move this iron away. I don't want to get burned. Okay, you see how you're going to do half? Remember, it's just half a candy. You don't need a whole candy. And I'm going to show you a nice little tip that I do so I don't get my fingers burned. I poke through, grab my glue gun, and I glue the edge. I've been burned enough, so trust me, any way that I could find not to get burned, I'll try it. So if you have any tips, email me. I would love to hear it. Okay. And we're gonna do this. Voila. Easy. Let the glue just dry a bit. Give it a couple seconds. Don't move it too much. Perfect. Now to give it the candy shape, we're going to do like an upside down triangle cut. An upside down triangle cut on each side. If you want, you could use a toothpick. I'm going to freehand the cut. There we go. It's okay if you have a really long side edge. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to adjust that. Now this side, like the half of the right side of the candy, you're going to cut it as if it's a candy. And then I'm just going to freehand like an upside down triangle. Same here. Upside down triangle. And then on the side, cut. See, and it's starting to look like one, isn't it? Perfect. Now I'm going to cut this side because this side's way too big. And that's perfectly fine. I think I'm going to leave it like this. I like it. I like the way it looks. So we're going to iron again. This time we're going to iron this edge and this edge. So get your piece of fabric, get your iron. And we're going to do just the edge, okay? Because I want it to curl up. I want it to give it that dimensional look. Beautiful. See how it's curling up? I'm going to pinch it. Like if you're going to sew, just pinch. And voila. Looks like a little candy now. Do the other end. Pinch. And just pinch it for a couple seconds. Perfect. Cute little candy. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, I like to use soft pastels. I love soft pastels. As much as I love to use acrylics as well, soft pastels are a lot easier. I don't need to worry about brushes. Honestly, I don't have much time to paint. I wish I did have all the time to paint, but I don't. So lately I've been using soft pastels. So as you can see, I use a rag. Just use your kitchen rag. Keep it only for your painting. And I'm going to shadow this candy a bit just to give it a color. I'm going to use my pink. As you can see, this is pink with water. You're going to dab some water into your little rag, and you're going to grab some of that soft pastel color onto it. Just rub it on, and I'm going to rub the edges. Don't be afraid if it looks too bright or weird. That's okay, because you're going to do with the soft part or a dry part. And the dry part of the rag, just blend it in. Blend it in. If you wanted a softer hue, add a little water to the rag, to a clean side of the rag, and you could soften it up. There we go. See? It gives it more dimension. It doesn't make your color look so flat. That's how I did those candy canes too. I shadowed it and added color with the soft pastels. Let me rub some more. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's just a nice touch, a nice little shadow of color. And you see how I just used a rag to just rub. Do it some in the center. Perfect. I love the way it looks. See? Perfect little candy. Okay, here's where you're going to get your ribbon. I'm going to glue the ribbon on the edges. On the side. A ribbon on this side. recommend that you also, if you want to embellish more, get some additional ribbon, the one with the scallop. And you're going to, I just lost my scissor. Okay, here's my scissor, sorry. You're going to put it on the center. Glue one edge. You can wrap it towards the back side of the boom. Cut this. Get all those little spider webs out, and we're done. We are done. We have a candy that's going to go on the wreath. See? Perfect little candy. So all you need is your polystyrene foam balls and the iron and foam sheets, and get your foam molds that I offer in my Etsy shop, and you're set. You can create a beautiful Christmas wreath. Here is the cupcake mold, different sizes. Like I say, you could create a little gingerbread girl, tons of her, wrap her all around, put her all around that wreath. She'll be gorgeous. Here's my 3-circle template available in my Etsy shop. And that's all for today. And thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you for emailing me. Thank you for visiting my Etsy shop. And I wish you the best holiday season this year. Merry Christmas and God bless. And I'll see you soon, 2015. Stay tuned. I'll be having lots of new things coming. Take care. Bye-bye.